Welcome back to the Indy Boys Racing Podcast. Now, Nashville, it was how we predicted it 29 episodes ago. Way back in episode 2, guys, we predicted that Nashville was going to be a crash fest, and Crashville did return as the beautiful thumbnail says, that Dixon conquers Crashville.
I wanted it to be good.
Honestly though, if it wasn't such a crash fest, the racing in my opinion was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
I know, but like, the thing about this track is it is a gimmick track. It is such a gimmick track. It is too thin and cannot have a good race of like quality no yellow racing. Yeah. And there were moments in this that were really, really good. But
there were a lot of moments.
Dang it, man. I want it to be good.
There were a lot of moments that outweighed that, so
pretty crazy.
But at the same time, I wouldn't say this was a bad race, like as an IndyCar race, like in terms of like what we always talk about, how IndyCar doesn't have bad races.
True.
I wouldn't say this was like an L. Because while it was a bad race, it's what they were going for.
Yeah.
And it was entertaining. Not great quality, but entertaining.
Would you say kind of like the Daytona Talladega?
Dude, it's worse. It's worse.
Well, yeah.
So that's
Daytona Talladega have good racing.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
Nashville might be the only wild card on IndyCar's schedule. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Probably.
Like,
it makes sense.
Besides having to watch Nashville, Daniel, you moved into your new college dorm.
I did.
You're in a single this year. How do you feel about that? Well, besides, Dale Jr. chilling behind.
Oh yeah, Dale, my roommate. He just kind of showed up when I got here. It's nice. It's weird, but nice. I'm literally in like a full-size room with 2 beds, but it's just me because I'm an RA.
Nice.
But I'll get more used to it, I'm sure. Hopefully my RA schedule doesn't mess up us recording. But we'll figure it out over time, I'm sure.
Any fun stories so far from living in since Sunday?
Not really. It's been pretty smooth sailing. Just kind of figuring things out. I had my first day of training today. It was just kind of like get to know you games and that stuff. But I don't know. I'm excited. It was a solid weekend of racing, and I got to watch at least Nashville. But yeah, we'll see.
I think that, Jay, you're wearing the shirt. We have to talk about the most certified Dalton Kellett moment of all time. But really quick before we talk about that, Daniel and I, Jay, you're never going to believe this. On Sunday, I was scrolling through social media, and I saw Daniel's parents posted a picture of him just like this in his chair, just smiling away. And I realized he was wearing the Dalton Kellett shirt and our certified Dalton Kellett Moments hat, which will be available soon. And then I looked down at myself, and we were wearing the exact same thing. However, we were not together. I was actually in Westerville, Ohio, visiting some friends who we actually stayed with when we went to Mid-Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
It was my friend Tori's birthday, so happy birthday, Tori. Hope that your birthday was amazing. And then I called Daniel, and I was like, dude. So I thought that was actually hilarious. But if you want to show off those shirts, those will be available on daltonkellett.com/store pretty soon. Really cool, pretty solid design. We like them.
Plug.
Gotta plug the homie, the number 4. We love it. Nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Jay, how are you doing, man?
Man, I guess I'm all right. Just kind of chilling, doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? My own little thingy thing. But I don't know. I mean, there ain't been much different in my life here recently. I just finished up.
Yeah,
not really. I just finished up classes. I finished with B's in both my classes, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, so, and then we start fall semester the 22nd, I believe. So, yeah, of August. So it'll be fun. But yeah, I mean, that's all that's kind of been going on recently with my life. So.
Jay's kind of pissed at EA's F122 right now.
Oh yes, yes.
You want to talk all about that real
Yes.
quick?
Oh, I can talk all about that. Let me tell you about that. Okay, so we might be pausing the Indy Boy Autosports career mode for now because the way this AI is set up now, the AI is like they were trying to tweak them, but I'm pretty sure they just made them even worse because they were already fast in a straight line and their acceleration is crazy, but they've honestly made them worse. So the Indy Boys Autosport series is gonna be paused for a little bit until they get this all like figured out, I guess. So once there's a new update, a new patch or whatever, we're gonna resume Indy Boy Autosports because the way it's racing now, I can't even keep up with Nicholas Latifi. So I'm just saying that. And
That's why he's the GOAT.
shut
That's
up.
why
Shut up. But no, yeah. So crazy.
There was a driver out update that came out today when I was playing that made it more realistic to their actual seasons. So drivers with lower ratings, like the Haas drivers that are both doing better as of recently, now they have an update to be running where they consistently are.
Do Ferrari's engines implode in every race?
I don't know. I haven't checked that so far yet.
They haven't.
Realistic.
They haven't, and they haven't hit ours yet. So at least yet.
True.
Actually, yeah, they did at Miami.
Didn't Leclerc have like a retirement or something like that?
In Miami. Yeah, it was Miami. It was the last episode we've uploaded to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
I just realized we haven't actually introduced ourselves yet. Thanks for watching the Indy Boys Racing Podcast. My name is Tristan Grider, joined with, as always, my incredible co-hosts, live from now his new dorm room, Daniel Chaney, and the main boy, Indy Boy Autosports team owner, Justin Cox.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a great episode, guys. We're going to talk all about Crashville, and we're going to talk about Kevin Harvick getting his first career win in NASCAR Cup Series in almost 2 seasons. We got a lot to talk about. Let's go ahead and start with the first segment. As always, Daniel, send us into Motorsport Media.
Alrighty. So we are ready for some Motorsports Media, and I don't necessarily have a bombshell to drop like I certainly have been able to for the past few weeks, but I'd get I'm doing air quotes, update on the Pelot situation, because I don't really know if this has to do with the Pelot situation as much as it is Felix Rosenqvist being a smarty pants, because as we'll talk about later, Zach Brown likes to toy with any driver that is willing to sign with him. And it was announced that they signed a contract with Felix Rosenqvist that was flexible between either IndyCar or Formula E, depending on what series they wanted to put him in. Racer.com, shout out to Marshall Pruitt, we love you. They reported that McLaren has not actually, down to paper, signed Felix Rosenqvist. He has not signed an official contract as of now.
They like to do that, don't they? They like to say that drivers are under contract, don't they?
Oh, no, they like to sign contracts when they're not allowed to. This is like the opposite of that issue. But I don't think this is necessarily their issue, because I think it's just Felix Rosenqvist being really smart and realizing, listen, this situation could get a whole lot weirder, and with how he's performing, that man could be on pretty much any team right now, in my opinion. He's driven like a top-tier driver, and if not that, barely underneath.
Right.
If he can just figure out that consistency, it's going to be beautiful. And so some potential rumors for places he could go. I've seen this rumored a lot because supposedly, well, not supposedly, Elio Castroneves is not under contract at the end of this year. It's presumed that he'll re-sign, at least on a part-time basis, with Meyershank Racing, because he hasn't really delivered this year at all, besides maybe the 500. But
I mean, ran pretty well in Ohio.
We could have expected it, though.
Yeah.
Because it's his first full-time season in a long time.
3 or 4 years.
Dude, I don't even remember when the last full-time season he ran was. But this could be the last one theoretically because well, I won't say that because supposedly, I don't remember if this was before or after the Nashville race, Elio Castroneves was spotted in the tent area, I think, of Juncos Hollinger Racing, who we know wants to have 2 cars next year. I don't know. But I say that because Elio Castroneves is going to be a free agent at the end of this year, assuming he doesn't re-sign with Meyer-Shank, I think you'd have to be really stupid to not sign Felix Rosenqvist if you're them. Like, that man is driving his badonkadonk off this season, and it's been a joy to watch.
Oh yeah.
I would think he's on the radar, and if he's not, who knows? Another place he could potentially go to, we've noted that the 29 of Andretti Autosports has been having some weird conversations going on with who's going to be the driver next season. Could Felix Rosenqvist take his talents to Andretti? Maybe give that 29 a bit of rejuvenation that they really haven't had.
For real.
Honestly,
that car I don't think has ever been competitive.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I would love to see him there, in my opinion.
I think he'd shine with Andretti.
I think I think either, well, honestly, him going to Meyer-Shank is basically going to Andretti too. So, like...
Facts.
Yeah, I
like,
guess
even
that's
if you
true.
listen to Off Track, they treat Elio and Pagano as if they're, like...
Because they go out of the same
Andretti
shop.
driver. They
go
are,
out of the
yeah.
same shop. They have the same data and all that stuff.
They're all living it. They're all chilling in Zionsville.
It's the Wood brothers of...
Penske. Yeah. IndyCar,
it's that dynamic of IndyCar. So hopefully at some point we can give you more updates on this whole Palou, Rosenqvist, whoever else driver decides to go into this conversation. Because at this point, I wouldn't be surprised with anything. Unfortunately, we cannot give you for sure answers right now, but more's coming out, so who knows?
Interesting.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and start with NASCAR before Jay goes into the craziness that was the F1 Motorsport media this week. I'll start with Truck Series. This came out today. Mason Maggio, part-time Truck Series driver, will race this weekend in the 96 car for Peck Motorsports. That's a new team, so hope that he does well in that truck. Xfinity Series news. Hy-Vee will extend their sponsorship with Bailey Curry. That Hy-Vee car was actually at the race that we went to in Indianapolis. We covered that. Thought it was a very pretty car. Excited to see that they'll be back. Connor Mosack, part-time driver in the Xfinity Series, is gonna make a start with Sam Hunt Racing for Watkins Glen. We saw him make a couple starts in the Truck Series this season for KBM. So gonna make his Xfinity Series debut.
Wow, already interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Was kind of a little bit surprised, but
he ran the 38, right? I think he's ran Xfinity before, hasn't he? He ran the 38.
Connor Mosack? I don't think so.
Yeah, I thought he.
Oh wait, I'm sorry, Connor Mosack. I'm sorry, yeah, the 38.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was getting him confused with someone else.
You're good.
Wait, am I getting him confused with someone else?
I thought he ran the 38 a few times in the Xfinity because I remember.
I'll look up what he looks like.
I think it was actually Richmond earlier in the season.
Maybe.
No, Connor Mosack is a completely different guy. Huh. Yeah, you're thinking of someone else, dude.
Who was it?
Connor Mosack is an Arca Menards series driver. You are thinking of... Let me go to the Xfinity standings. I'm sorry.
38 Xfinity.
He drove in the 38. You're thinking of... What's his name? Not Parker Chase. Parker Retzlaff. That's who you're
yeah. Okay. I knew it was a weird last name.
Yeah.
I knew it was a
Connor
weird
Mosack
last name.
was the guy that made the 51 in KBM. Yeah.
Right.
Sorry,
right.
I was confused.
Yeah.
But making his Xfinity Series debut with Sam Hunt Racing. Justin Haley is going to run in the Xfinity Series at Daytona in a 4th entry for Colleague Racing. Now, this is important.
Wait,
because
4th?
Yes. In a 4th entry for Colleague Racing, he will be in the 14. Now, this has been rumored, and now is pretty much confirmed as a possibility that we could see a 4th car for Colleague Racing in the Xfinity Series next season. This is big. This is very big because there is a certain driver in the truck series that has been looking for a ride, possibly with Kaulig Racing, possibly just moving all the way up to the Cup Series, and that guy is Zane Smith. And we have been seeing Zane Smith. Now he's currently in a Ford, so he could be wanting to stay in the Ford development program, but this guy was in Chevy development for years. So he has that relationship with Kaulig. He's ran a couple races for Kaulig in the past. Could we see Zane Smith full-time for Kaulig next season?
That'd be awesome.
You never know. But now, fourth seat, they're running Justin Haley in that car, just because Justin Haley, unstoppable on super speedways, especially in the Xfinity Series. Now, biggest news coming out of the Xfinity Series camp, Marco Andretti finally is going to make his Xfinity Series debut in the 48 for Big Machine Racing. This is
winnable
very big. Yeah, it's going to be very, very cool. Big Machine Racing announced this previous weekend at Nashville. And very cool. Marco obviously has been wanting to make Xfinity Series starts the entire season, and it's really good to see that they got something figured out. This could lead obviously to the rumors that he might be running full-time for SHR next season in the Xfinity Series. So it's good to know.
I'd like to see him in a stock car. So
yeah, I'm really excited because obviously coming off of your previous success winning the damn championship in SRX last season,
right.
You gotta see it. Like, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. That reminds me, when you're done with the NASCAR stuff, let me know, because there's something that's like news, but it hasn't like officially come out what the news is, but I want to hear your take on it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's IndyCar and NASCAR potentially related.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me finish my Cup Series stuff.
Yes.
So, Cup Series, a couple minor things, but it's not really minor because it's about Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch is eyeing a return this weekend at Richmond. He's obviously missed the previous 3 weeks out with a concussion. Ty Gibbs has filled in for him these last 3 weeks. Obviously, Ty Gibbs actually got his first top 10 in the NASCAR Cup Series last season. That came faster than I thought it was going to. So very exciting for don't say it.
I'm not.
Daniel wouldn't say that's what she said. So yeah, eyeing his return. Hopefully he can get back into the Cup Series soon, but concussions are no joke. I actually am coming off of one just recently. Take your time. And so hopefully he's okay. This situation obviously reminds me a lot of Dale Jr. 2015, 2016, whenever that happened, and then he retired the next season. So hopefully he takes his time and we see Kurt in the car back soon. Martin Truex Jr. and Auto Owner Insurance extended their sponsorship for the 2023 season. We will see them on the car more next season. So yeah, good for them. Petty GMS has an announcement on Wednesday regarding the 42 car, and
it's going to be Noah Gregson, bud.
It's most likely going to be Noah Gregson.
It's going to be the vomit helmet man himself.
Now, here's the thing. In the past, Gregson has commented that he wants to stick with Junior Motorsports for his entire career. Maybe Junior Motorsports could be running in the Cup Series next season.
Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Maybe we see a partnership or something with that 42 Petty GMS car. Maybe we see a Petty GMS Junior car next season. I doubt it, but this could be Noah Gregson leaving Junior Motorsports, which is a team he has been with for 4 seasons, which is crazy. And finally, the biggest news, we have a new Cup Series team, guys. 3F Racing. This is a German Cup Series team. The owner is Dennis Hertz, and he has reported that he wants this team, to make a couple starts near the end of this season and then be part-time on a half schedule next season in 2023, and then plan on being full-time in 2024 with a charter. Driver, sponsor, etc. will be announced later. I'm guessing this could be possibly like a Ryan Newman, or maybe we see a former German F1 driver take the seat. We've seen that a lot recently. So yeah, maybe Daniel Kvyat gets in the car or something like that. I don't know. Could be cool. But yeah, that's all the NASCAR news I have. Daniel, you said you wanted to talk about something real quick.
Okay, I gotta pull up the official tweet so I can say what it is. I think you know what I'm talking about, right?
Okay, go ahead.
So about, let's see, how long ago was it? 3 days ago, Tony Stewart on Twitter.
Oh, yeah, I heard about
He
this.
said, spent a lot of time in the Indy garage looking at race cars. It got me thinking about doing something special for the fans, .. Hashtag IndyCar, hashtag NASCAR, hashtag thank you fans. What do we think this is?
I'm going to let Jay start with this one.
You can't ask me because I have no idea what the heck he's talking about. So
I think this is a possible IndyCar Indy 500 start for Kyle Busch. That's what I think this is.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
I think that this is an Indy 500 doubleheader. Kyle Busch running the Indy 500 and the Coke 600 for Stewart Haas Racing. That's what.
So can I ask though? Like, I'm not saying this to like disprove you. I'm just asking, what makes you think that? Like, what can lead you to that? I just want to know. Like, genuinely want to know.
So, obviously, the rumors with Kyle Busch wanting to go to Stewart Haas Racing have been happening the last couple of weeks.
Right.
Kyle Busch in the past has reported that he wants to do the Indy 500 before he retires from full-time racing.
Okay.
There's only 3 drivers currently in the Cup Series that I think could win the Indy 500, and one of them is Kyle Busch.
Okay.
So I could see it happening. And Tony Stewart Racing, obviously he has the drag racing program. I could see this just being a Tony Stewart Racing car.
Smoke Racing IndyCar, baby.
That'd be cool. Smoke Indy. Dude, Smoke Indy that'd go crazy.
Smoke Indy Motorsport. That'd be hard.
Dude, that'd be sick.
S-I-M.
I'd love to see that. But obviously, I think it's Kyle Busch Indy 500 ride next season.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that exact thing, or Tony Stewart, synonymous with the 14 car. You know who has the 14 car, and you know what team needs some rejuvenation.
You think he's gonna sponsor them?
Racing.
You think he'll sponsor them or something?
Either sponsoring or joining forces, or
There has been rumors that
figure it
that
out.
14 is possibly looking for another owner on it. So
all I'm saying,
Hmm.
hold on, I don't remember what team Tony Stewart ran for in IndyCar.
Tony Stewart, obviously the 1999 IndyCar champion, back when it was IRL. It was 99 or 97. I think it was one of the two. I can't remember.
Hold on.
But yeah, Tony Stewart to
Keep looking while I look
IndyCar
this
would
up.
be crazy. Yeah, I think that if that happened, Tony Stewart to IndyCar, like as an owner, that'd be freaking crazy
That'd be
because
insane.
one, he's synonymous. He's one of the most recognizable figures in Indiana. If you name 3 NASCAR drivers in Indiana, if you walk up to anyone and say name a NASCAR driver, they will name Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, or Tony Stewart. If you live in Indiana,
Probably.
if you say name an IndyCar driver, they can go list. But NASCAR drivers, you can normally name one of the 3.
I now remember he drove for Team Menard, so he didn't drive for like a Ford team. But
So Paul Menard, like
Yeah.
John Menard.
But all I'm saying, if he joins on for a full-time season, or maybe he does buy into the team and then at the Indy Road Course runs an Xfinity race
I could see that. That'd be dope.
as a one last ride type deal. There's a lot of possibilities.
However, I've
We'll
been
keep you
to
updated.
I was at Tony Stewart's one last ride in the Cup Series back in like 2016 or something like that. I was there for that. I remember him and Jeff doing burnouts on the front straight. Jay, you were there for that too, weren't you?
No, I was
2016?
no. My race was 2014.
Oh, sick.
Was
But
Jeff
yeah, that
Gordon's
was a cool
last
one.
Brickyard win?
I was there for that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that. That'd be crazy. Now on to the craziest news of the week. Justin Cox. Talk about what the hell is happening.
Okay, so to start off with some light things before we get into the heavy stuff.
Okay.
This is for any Formula E fans out there. Sam Bird is going to miss the last 2 rounds of the Formula E Championship due to a hand fracture. Jaguar Reserve driver Norman Nato will step in for Sam Bird for the last 2 races. Lewis Hamilton joins ownership group of NFL franchise Denver Broncos. He apparently Let's ride. He apparently put in $4.65 billion into the team. Or wait, I may be reading this wrong. Hold on.
Let's ride.
Walton's group takes over the Broncos NFL next week, subject to approval by a rival in a record smashing. Yeah, so $4.65 billion deal. So he's kind of like in like, I guess, like a team kind of like with LeBron James with the Roush Fenway group. So I'm assuming it's kind of a deal somewhat like that. So that makes sense. Okay. Never mind. He didn't just put $4.65 billion into it. Okay. My fault.
Let's ride.
But let's ride. Alex Albon signs a multi-year contract with Williams, so he will be staying with Williams for the next couple of years. Logan Sargent to replace Latifi for FP1 in the U.S. Grand Prix, which people are predicting Logan Sargent to F1 next season. Because Latifi...
Who's been saying it for the past month and a half? Me!
Because Goat Tiffy is more than likely getting the boot after this season.
Ain't gonna happen. He's running it back. Championship next year.
Daniel, shut up. No, I'm just playing. But Logan Sargent is going to be filling in for Latifi in FP1 for the U.S. Grand Prix, which is perfect because it's in the U.S. Logan Sargent, U.S. driver, so beautiful.
Dude,
but
Logan Sargent is the first American F1 driver in years. That'd be so cool.
That'd be crazy.
Nicholas Latifi, one last ride. Let's get this. Broncos Nation, let's ride.
Let's ride. Let's ride. They should give Latifi a last ride at Abu Dhabi and he just hits the wall again.
One last smack.
Never forget when he was running third in the Hungarian GP last year.
That's wild. Okay, so now the big news. So it came out.
The main event of the evening.
Yeah, the main event of the evening. It came out that Oscar Piastri was supposedly going to be signing with Alpine for next season to be a main driver in F1. But later, similar to Alex Palou, Oscar Piastri came out and announced that he did not agree to anything with Alpine. And in my opinion, he has the right because I'm pretty sure the option for Alpine to pick him up ended July 31st, and this all came out like August 2nd or so. So basically they were a few days short on their option to pick him up to bring him to F1. So with Mark Webber being his agent, Piastri is set to replace Ricciardo at McLaren for 2023. But it's coming out now that there may be some type of legal action being taken against Piastri, as reported by Formula Racers. Most of my news is from Project Divebond, but that little piece was from Formula Racers on Twitter. So we may see another Palou situation, but for F1. Otmar Zafnauer, his last name is so weird to say, had this little tidbit to say about Oscar Piastri. There should be some loyalty to the fact that we have invested literally millions and millions of euros to prepare him. So I don't understand it either. You should ask him, is what Otmar said. He's the team principal of Alpine. So what is your guys' take on this Piastri situation? Because Otmar Zafnauer is extremely upset with Piastri, and does he have the right to be upset with Piastri? I'll start with Daniel since he's got a little more experience with Palou right now.
I don't know. I don't know enough of the story, and that was the issue with the Palou situation and is now the issue with this situation.
Right.
And I genuinely just don't know. Like, I don't know what's happening with motorsports at all anymore.
I have no idea.
So, I don't know. That's really all I can say.
Wait for Joe Gibbs to announce a contract with Kyle Busch. I have not re-signed with Joe Gibbs Racing for next season.
I said that last week. I was like,
dude,
I won't believe Kyle Busch is leaving JGR until they tweet that they're re-signing him.
Yeah, that would be insane if he's just like, yeah, I'm not coming back. But Tristan, what do you got to say?
All I got to say is as long as I see Oscar Piastri in F1 next season, I'm okay.
Thank you.
Doesn't matter who
I like
it's
that
for.
answer.
If it's for Williams, which is what I was reported a couple of weeks ago, if it's for Alpine, if it's for McLaren, I don't care who it's for, as long as the 2021 F2 champion is in F1. I mean, come on, like he was supposed to be in it last year, or this past season. He was supposed to be in F1.
And that's where a lot of the flack for Zhou Guanyu came into play. That's why a lot of people
Yeah.
did not like Zhou Guanyu. But he's proved himself, so. And
Yes.
I had no doubt in Zhou. But go ahead, sorry.
But possibility with 2 rookies next season being Oscar Piastri and Logan Sargent. I think that would be a good rookie group.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
I mean, plus you never know if we're gonna see like someone else like I mean, who's leading the points right now in F2? It's I always forget his name. But I race him all the time on Dragovich. Dragovich currently leading the
Felipe
standings.
Dragovich. Yeah.
Felipe Dragovich from Brazil. Could see him making an F1 jump next season, possibly with like maybe I don't know. Actually, I don't think he does. Maybe he's a reserve driver next season for like an Aston Martin or something. But yeah, next season like Logan Sargent and Oscar Piastri, that'd be a cool rookie group.
Yeah.
But as long as I see Oscar Piastri in F1 next season, I don't care. So.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think they should be able to take, and this is my opinion, I don't think they should be able to take legal action on Piastri. Because from what I read, they did not pick up his option before the end of July, which is when technically his contract or option agreement was up. So
You ready for me to bring something back to the way I always bring it back to?
what?
In 2003, Casey Kane
Goddamn.
left Ford for a Dodge.
Yeah.
He left Ford for Dodge because Ford did not have a Open Cup Series ride that was competitive enough for Kane to compete in. So he left and joined Ray Avermahan Racing and drove the 9 car.
Right.
They sprung legal action upon Kane for leaving Ford, and then eventually Kane ended up winning because in the contract it said that Ford had not had to give him a competitive Cup Series ride. And they wanted to not give him one. So
Interesting. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
this kind of reminds me of that.
yeah. I mean, that makes sense, though. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess in my opinion, Alpine in some ways are kind of better than McLaren have been this season, in my opinion. But
Well, they're ahead of him.
yeah.
So.
So I don't know. But I don't know. I just want to see Piastri in F1. Like you said, Tristan, that's all I care about. So I like Piastri, and I want to see him in F1. So, yeah. But that's basically everything I've got for F1. So, Tristan?
Yeah, guys, race weekend. Let's hit it. All right. Start with the Xfinity Series before Daniel goes crazy on us with Nashville.
Dude, I'm not even going to. We had this rant earlier in the season. I'm literally just going to say bullet points. I'm too frustrated with IndyCar and going to Nashville to even make it into a segment.
But before we start the Xfinity Series, let's go over the race winners like we always do. Indy Lights race was won this past weekend in Nashville by Linus Lundqvist. Jay's going to cover that for us. IndyCar race, Scott Dixon. He took that dub. Race winners at Michigan. Xfinity Series was Ty Gibbs, and the Cup Series was Kevin Harvick. So let's start with the Xfinity Series. Gregson won Stage 1 and Stage 2. So a bunch of 2 extra points for Noah Gragson. But Ty Gibbs got his 5th win of the season. Incredible for Ty Gibbs. It's crazy. He is absolutely destroying the Xfinity Series this season. And so that leads me to this option and this question. Is Ty Gibbs the favorite for the IndyCar? No, I'm sorry, not IndyCar. Is Ty Gibbs the favorite for the Xfinity Series championship? I'm going to start this one with Jay.
Is Ty Gibbs the championship favorite for the Xfinity Championship?
Yeah.
Probably yes. I mean, there's
anyone that could take it from him?
It could be any of the junior motorsport guys, or I don't even know who all is kind of competitive in Xfinity right now other than him. But
well, top guys in the playoffs right now would be Ty Gibbs, Gregson, Allmendinger, Allgaier, and Barry. And then following them is Hill, Jones, Mayer, Herbst, Hemrick, Sieg, and Castle.
The only person I think that will contest him will be Allmendinger, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's
So-
how I am too.
Yeah, but
See Gregson possibly doing it because Gregson and Allmendinger are currently 4 points behind him in the playoffs, but in the driver standings, AJ Allmendinger is actually still leading the points.
yeah, interesting. So
Yeah, that was going to be what I was going to say. I think there's 2 drivers that can potentially dethrone him because, remember, NASCAR playoffs are whack. Like, you can't just bet on one guy. I mean, freaking Daniel Hemrick won a championship in his first race win ever. Ever. Like, I think it's between AJ Allmendinger and Noah Gragson to take it from Ty Gibbs, and I think both of them can do it.
I could also
You
see
could-
Justin Allgaier doing it. not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I could see an Allgaier or a Barry, or if the tables turned in the right way, maybe an Austin Hill. But I really think it's just between those top 3 of Ty Gibbs, Noah Gragson, and AJ Allmendinger, because all Ty Gibbs needs to do is tick off Noah Gragson, and he's getting wrecked out of every race. Like, Noah Gragson, as much as he is inconsistent because of his, like, I wouldn't say like anger issues, but like in terms of driving, just sometimes it comes off as anger issues.
Driver temper.
Yeah, his temper gets the best of him, but that also is the reason why he wins races. So I'm calling my shot. Noah Gregson, Xfinity champion.
interesting.
I like
could-
that. Well,
Calling my
it'd be
shot.
cool. It'd be nice because he is more than likely moving up Cup full time next season. So it'd be a nice little salute for him.
Right. I don't know.
I still am kind of trusting my Josh Berry championship prediction a little bit. It kind of goes away farther and farther every single day. But hey, Daniel Hemrick was not my pick to win the Xfinity Series championship last season, and I was cheering my ass off when he beat Cindric to the line.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be cool. Cup Series, really quick. Bubba Wallace got his first career pole in the 23 for 23XI. Actually, was up 2/10 over the next person. There was a huge crash early in the race that took out Cindric, Kyle Busch, McDowell, and others. Huge hit for Austin Cindric. Kyle Busch just having a terrible week. Obviously, he was at the Mall of America when there was that shooting, and then coming off to this weekend, ended up finishing 36th. Not the weekend that Kyle Busch was looking for. Stage 1 went to Chris Bell. Stage 2 went to Denny Hamlin. And then we saw Chastain and Christopher Bell wreck each other. I don't want to put the blame on Chastain. I don't want to put the blame on Bell.
Nah, it was Bell. It was a terrible
both.
block.
Yeah,
it was
I
a
think it
terrible
was-
block. It was
yeah,
a terrible
it
block
was
by Bell.
Bad block by Bell.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was a little bit both because he did push Chastain up into the wall. Chastain had no more room on the front straight.
Yeah, so
What
it's
can
Bell.
you Yeah. But the best part of this race, in my opinion, was the final 30 laps. Kevin Harvick started to drive away from the 23 of Bubba Wallace. Those 2 cars were the best cars all race. And in my opinion, the 23 was actually better than the 4. Really, really fast. Kevin Harvick wins his first race in almost 2 seasons, and Bubba Wallace gets his 4th straight top 5. My first question is actually about the driver of the 23. Does Bubba Wallace win a race this season and make the playoffs?
Yeah,
I'm going to start with Jay.
yeah, and I don't think it's gonna be at Daytona.
Where do you think it's going to be at?
In these next 3 races, I think it's gonna be at Watkins Glen.
What? That's crazy.
Hate me, love me, or whatever for saying that.
No, that's a great pick because
But-
great run at Indianapolis Road Course a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's my pick.
You're going to have to pick him then.
I am. I will. I wholeheartedly will pick him.
Calling a shot.
Call
I
him
may be.
shot.
I may be completely wrong. Don't get me wrong. But
Hey,
but
there's literally a clip of him like talking after qualifying. They're like, outside of this track, like where do you
Yeah,
think
that's why I
you have
kinda-
the best like shot at? And he goes Watkins Glen, and then people start laughing. He goes, why are you guys laughing?
he's like, I'm confident. Like, so I don't know. I like that confidence. So that's why I
Yeah.
feel like he could really do something at Watkins Glen. I mean, if not,
Good. I hope he does.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I'd love to see him in the playoffs.
if not Watkins Glen, it's Daytona. But yeah, because I don't know how.
Probably the best super speedway racer behind Denny Hamlin in the Cup Series right now. So,
I give him that. Yeah, I give him that.
Yeah.
Daniel.
Daniel, do you think he
The
takes...
Daytona.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets a win.
Okay.
There's 3 tracks that anybody can win at because of this car. I think he absolutely can. Will he? Who knows? But he can, absolutely.
Right.
Throughout these next 3 weeks, Richmond, short track, we saw it earlier this season, Watkins Glen, and Daytona. Now, if we're going back to the Richmond race in April, if you guys remember, that race was more of a strategy race, and we saw the 23 of Bubba Wallace finish 26th. However, both of the cars struggled, actually, for 23XI. Kurt Busch ended up finishing 35th. We saw both of them struggle, so could be a good run, but Denny Hamlin obviously won that race. We saw 3 Toyotas in the top 10, so we could see a good run from them there. Obviously, great run at Indianapolis Road Course. Watkins Glen completely different, but if he's confident, we could see it there. And then Daytona, he is my pick for Daytona. I could see that happening, and it'd be a really good way to cap off the season, because the man is having the best season of his career. As I've mentioned, 4 straight top 10s, along with him also having, I think,
3 top 5.
3 top 5s now.
Yeah.
So it's pretty solid for him. I do think he gets a win, and I'm glad we all agree that we think he gets a win.
Oh yeah.
However, we have 15 winners and 3 weeks left in the season. Do we hit 16 winners, and do we get more? I'm going to start with Jay.
We hit 17. We're going to get 17.
Wow.
So,
Who's your 2 picks for besides Wallace? Who's your other one?
Bubba, and probably it's going to be Blaney, in my opinion. I think Blaney's going to win at Richmond, in my opinion.
Hey.
Not necessarily a good track for any Penske affiliate, but I think
we'll
they're going
talk
to do good.
predictions for that race later, because I might have a very similar pick.
So yeah,
Daniel. You've kind of been the one that's like not been a 16 winners believer.
Over time, I think we could get more, but as much as road courses and super speedways are unpredictable, we've seen people get repeat wins this season, and it's too hard to count that out. As much as I would love to see more than 16 winners for chaos purposes, I think we get exactly 16.
I think that'd be cool. I mean, last season we had 14 winners, 13 before the season, before the playoffs, and I don't know. It could be. It's very possible.
All right, I got a question for you, Tristan.
Go right ahead.
So that's the point in the playoff system, right? Is to appreciate more winners. So now that we're seeing this, do we need the playoff system anymore?
That's a tough one. NASCAR likes the playoff system because we have these winners, and it's like favoriting winners. But now I think we're getting too many.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here's the thing. Ryan Blaney,
I was
if
gonna
we
say
get
that.
one more winner,
Yep.
is not going to make the playoffs.
And he's
Ryan
5th in
Blaney
regular
is
season
also-
points.
No, he's second.
Oh, he's second? Oh, yeah, he had a
He
good...
is second.
Damn.
And he might not make the playoffs.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's all I need to say.
Denny Hamlin almost won the regular season championship last season without winning a race.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan Blaney's getting very close to doing the same thing. Ryan Blaney, actually, guys, was my championship prediction before the beginning of the season. And second in driver's points, I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm doing better than everyone else.
Okay.
However,
So, hold on. Sorry.
that
I didn't mean to
could
interrupt.
happen.
Yeah. So,
That could happen. I don't know if we need the playoff system anymore. I would like to see the drivers make the chase and then have only those 16 drivers available for the chase. I would love to see us go back to the chase.
right. So, let's say Ryan Blaney wins the regular season championship, right?
Okay.
Should he get an automatic lock since he won the regular season championship? But if there's 16 drivers, or
Dude,
16,
I don't think NASCAR will allow him to win the regular season championship if he doesn't win a race.
I'm just saying. Should he get should the regular season winner, if they haven't won a race already, get an automatic lock if they haven't won a race?
I think they probably should. I don't
they
think
should
it
as
will happen because he's 119 points back.
Yeah, but
Well,
theoretically.
it's possible.
It's Chase Elliott, Tristan. He's not losing.
You never know.
It's
theoretically,
Chase Elliott. He's not losing.
theoretically. But yeah, I don't know. That's my take.
Theoretically, still NASCAR.
Theoretically,
Chase Elliott will
Kevin
not
Harvick
lose.
was supposed to win the 2020 NASCAR
Yeah.
Cup Series championship.
Yeah,
So
that's
just
true.
saying.
Yeah, but you know who won that championship? Chase Elliott. He's not losing it.
Mickey Mouse championship. Anyway, so that's all I got to talk about with NASCAR. I don't know. I think the playoff system is crazy and I like it, but it's getting a little eccentric over here. And you can't up it. Like it started at 8, then it was 10, then it was 12, and now it's 16 with this chase playoff system. You can't add any more drivers. What are they gonna do? If you're in the top 30 in points, you can possibly win the championship.
Yeah, and
No,
then
like,
it's
that's
like,
not
then
gonna
you
happen.
should just might as well just go back to a Winston Cup Series
Yeah,
type thing.
like
so.
for real.
Right.
I don't know, but Jay, take us through lights.
Okay. Indy Lights race at Nashville is pretty good, but my main talking point coming away from Nashville is, so I guess basically Stingray Robb and Hunter McElroy, they were kind of like battling back and forth our race. They had a few little scuffles, but they kept it clean, and it was actually really beautiful hard racing. And
They're besties.
yeah, besties. But do either of these two have a chance at catching Linus Lundqvist? Daniel?
Ain't gonna happen.
What happened?
Ain't gonna happen.
I love the guys. I want them to win. There is no way that Linus Lundqvist loses this championship unless he loses it for himself.
Right.
Linus Lundqvist is going to be in IndyCar next season.
And he's going to be at Dale Coyne Racing with HMD Motorsports because a Honda team is going to downsize, and that's the only way that they're going to get that engine. You heard it here first.
Uh-oh.
I wonder which Honda team that could be. Chip Ganassi Racing.
Or honestly, Andretti. Like
Yeah,
All right.
it's one of the two.
Yeah. Tristan?
Andretti giving up a ride so HMD can have one. Seems
I'm not gonna lie. I could see
counterproductive.
HMD leaving Dale Coyne Racing in the next couple of years. I'm not gonna lie, and just having their own cups, their own IndyCar
Eventually.
program.
Eventually.
But yeah, I could definitely see that being a second car. But Linus Lundqvist isn't losing this championship. I'm sorry, like he's not losing this championship. He is, like, if McElroy would have won this past weekend, like me and Daniel both predicted, there would have been a chance.
Right.
You have what, 2 races left? There's no shot. I mean, there's next week at Gateway, and then I think their championship ends in Portland.
They're not at Gateway.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
They're
they
at
are.
Gateway.
Hold on. I looked at the schedule before this. I don't remember seeing Gateway on there.
It literally had like the promo
No.
thing on
Wait, shoot. So there's the thing on the side. It says next race, and then there's 3 underneath it. I was looking at that.
Oh, okay.
It's set up weird. That's
Okay.
my bad.
You're good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but we
there's
have
4 races. 4 races.
It's 4 races left.
Gateway, Portland, and then 2 at Laguna Seca.
They have 2 at Laguna Seca.
Oh,
Crazy.
wow.
That's
I think
actually
it's the
a
only
game changer.
doubleheader that they've done. Oh no, they did the Indy
No,
one.
they
Never
did
mind.
Indy. I don't know. Yeah, it's not looking good for the Andretti cars. But it's crazy to me that there's.
It's not their fault. Like,
It's not. But it's crazy to me that there are 4 Andretti cars following the 1 HMD car. If you would have told me that at the beginning of the season, like, I thought Andretti had this championship locked up at the beginning of the
Oh
season.
no, I knew Linus Lundqvist was winning because he was the only driver outside of the 2 that moved up. That should
That
have
won a
moved up
race.
Take, that won a race and looked competent.
That should have moved up. I like that little shot there. But
It's not
hey,
even just against him. I just think like situationally,
wasn't
it
ready.
didn't make sense.
he wasn't ready. It's nothing against him. But yeah, I think Linus Lundqvist wins this championship. I'm sure Daniel agrees with me. I'm sure Jay, you agree with me. Like
Yeah.
Linus Lundqvist is
Yeah.
winning this championship.
Yeah, most likely. I mean, like you said, unless something freak happens to the guy, then
Unless he crashes lap 1 of every race coming up, no.
right.
Unless the car falls apart on
Hey,
him.
hey, we saw something happen at Iowa. Maybe something will happen at Gateway.
You never
Yeah,
know.
but even then, that didn't cost him the entire race. It just cost him a win. Like he
But
still got
it
solid
helped.
points.
It helped McElroy because he was like 56 points back or something. So
Yeah. How far back is he now? Like 70 or something like that?
Let me check.
He really needed that second place over Stingray.
yeah.
He is down by
I think
95 points.
I think
Oh my God,
Stingray.
yeah, it's
Stingray's
over.
second now, isn't he?
Stingray's still third.
Oh, he's still
It's
third.
over.
Okay.
Stingray's
I'm
behind
sorry.
Hunter by 8 points. Linus is up on McElroy by 95, if I'm not mistaken.
It's over.
So the winner gets 100 points, right, for a weekend of Indy Lights, right?
no.
Is it
I
100?
don't believe so.
Oh,
I think it's
I could be
150.
tripping. I don't know. I could be tripping, but yeah, I don't know. So, but I don't know. I was just gonna make up a fake scenario real quick and play that out, but we'll forget about that. So,
It's
alright.
crazy.
but yeah, Linus Lundqvist is probably gonna win the Indy Lights championship, or well, most likely. So yeah, but Daniel, if you want to go ahead and let's start talking about the Crashville Music City GP, bud.
Got Dixon won. Yay. Okay, we're done. You guys are going to make me talk about this. You slimy little scallywags. So Nashville happened. That's fair to say. I don't even, like... How do we talk about this? Should I, like, I don't even want to give it credit and talk about it like a regular race. I will give bullet points of stuff that happened, and I will ask a question after. Because
okay, do that. Just do that.
I simply, one, don't have the energy and shouldn't give this race enough energy because... Okay, so first off, there was a wreck between Pato O'Ward, Dalton Kellett, and Simona Di Silvestro. And Graham Rahal was also involved or caused that, I believe, and then he retired later because he crashed anyways. Then after that, Takuma Sato was taken out by Devlin DeFrancesco. Two aggressive drivers got taken out by one another. I don't know if there's beef there because Sato wanted to go up to Devlin, and
No,
safety
he wasn't
team
just
said-
gonna go up to him.
Yeah, but people were outplaying how aggressively he was.
Hey, they're
Started
both the
walking.
same height. That'd be a pretty even fight.
That's funny. That's funny.
And
Dude,
then
one thing about, like,
you just have Hunter McElroy in the middle, just like, stop it, boy, stop fighting. Like,
Yeah.
so just-
fighting Hunter McElroy, and you just see, like,
That's funny.
yeah. And then after that, David Malukas, who was running really, really, really freaking well, he was taken out by Kyle Kirkwood. Just they both got into the wall. I hope there's no beef there because they're two good friends, and I doubt there's any long-term beef there. But
Wonder if they recreate the
You
choking
never know.
picture.
Except
I'm sure
David's
David
gonna
wanted
choke
to.
him now.
I'm sure David wanted to at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Jimmy Johnson moment. I don't have my flag, so I can't wave it. But
Tristan.
do it, yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, let's see. I think after that was the Grosjean and Newgarden incident,
yeah.
which we got some beef, boys. We got some beef because Grosjean apparently thinks that when he does things like this, it's okay, but when somebody does it to him, it's not okay. Listen, Grosjean, I like you, bud. I really do. You've been really nice to us whenever we had interactions. Welcome to IndyCar. You've been here for a year. I don't know how you haven't realized that this stuff is going to happen when you're the one that does it a lot of the time. I like you as a driver. I like the aggressiveness. But you can't get mad when people do what you do to you.
I will say though, if they did,
Yeah.
but since they didn't get, they were at least fair about not giving Newgarden a penalty. My opinion, if
Yeah.
it was me, I would have given him a penalty, but they didn't give him the penalty because I heard on the broadcast they said they didn't give him a penalty because Felix didn't get one in Toronto with Rossi. So,
Yeah,
which
I
in my
very
opinion,
much
that's
do
fair.
think
But
this is Newgarden's fault. I think he did
Yeah.
cause this. I would have probably given him a penalty.
right,
But the way Grosjean kind of handled it after,
yeah,
I
which.
just didn't. Yeah.
If you can't put it out, then like why are you like if you can't take it, then why put it out is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So
And he has put it out a lot.
yeah, I feel it.
lot.
I feel
Since last year. But we
No.
gave him a pass last year because he was new.
it. He was a
This year
noob.
he's on a bigger team and he's arguably performed worse.
Yeah.
I don't remember standing wise
Definitely.
if he's doing better, but like expectation wise,
Give me
he's
some time to
not
figure it out.
he's not doing as well. And then I guess just moving on towards the end, with that whole scuffle, there was a red flag restart, and we saw the closest finish in street course history. I believe it was top 3 or top 5 for street and road course, but it was number 1 for street course. And we saw pretty much it was between the top 5 at the end.
The two Scots.
It was mainly between the 2 Scots, but I would say the top 5 was pretty interesting because we saw.
Did Lundgaard end up on the podium?
No, he fell off because he had no push to pass left. He got 8th.
What? He restarted like 3rd.
Yeah, he had 5 seconds of push to pass. Everybody else had like 70.
Oh
the
my
podium was
God.
the
It was
Scott,
Scott,
Palou.
Dixon, Scott McLaughlin, Alex Palou. First time I think Alex Palou has spoken to Chip Ganassi in a positive manner in the past 2 months.
What? I didn't even
and then
notice
rounding-
Lundgaard fell
yeah.
back that far. Like, holy
and then it was
crap.
Rossi, then Herta, which Herta might get points deducted because apparently they confiscated a part of his car and have been inspecting it. So I wouldn't be surprised if something happens like the Rossi situation, which I know we didn't cover, but it's been talked about a lot since we released last video, so I didn't really think it was necessary to talk about. He got a 20-point penalty, if you weren't aware, because his car was under the weight limit, and the way that they got it to the weight limit at the end of the Indy GP was they put a water bottle on it. So take that for what you will. Wouldn't be surprised if something like that happens to Herta. And then we had Newgarden in 6th, Rosenquist 7th, Lundgaard 8th. And you know who we had in the top 10? Jack Harvey.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Much needed first top
Yeah.
10 for RLL.
He had a good race. I mean, he qualified top 12.
You know who else qualified top 12?
Baby. Were we toxic on Twitter that entire day? Yes, we were.
Yes, we were.
complaining? No, we're not.
Well deserved, baby. Hats are coming soon.
Yeah, so I'm just not even going to, talk about the rest of this race. All you really need to know, Scott Dixon has now officially moved into the 2nd spot for all-time IndyCar wins. He broke that tie with Mario Andretti that he tied a few weeks ago. And now I got a question for you guys, because you know my answer, and I want to hear your answer. Should Nashville return for IndyCar?
No!
You seem passionate. You seem passionate.
No.
Go first.
No, I hate this track. I love it for the entertainment factor, and I know fans like to see crashes and such and such and such and such. But no, for racing wise, it is what it is. But because I feel like when there wasn't everybody necessarily crashing or whatever, when there wasn't everybody crashing, the racing was actually somewhat decent in my opinion. People were overtaking, nobody was doing stupid stuff. But once the cautions started happening, cautions breed red flags. So I don't know. It's basically the wild card track, which I mean, I guess it being the one race that's basically kind of like the wild card, I guess I don't mind, because in Cup we have Daytona and Talladega and now Atlanta. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, sure. I mean, but it's going to come down to what the drivers and the owners say, in my opinion. So, I don't know. Tristan?
No. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Just no. They shouldn't return.
Okay.
I don't like this track. I don't want them to go back.
I mean, that's fair. I don't think it should return.
I want to see Milwaukee back.
I get why it might still return, because it makes a lot of money.
Yes.
And it's a very good attraction event, and it gets a lot of eyes on the sport. And people attending in person at least enjoyed it more this year than they did last year, because last year they didn't have enough grandstands to fit everybody.
Right.
But they fixed that problem this year, supposedly. So I know people enjoyed it in person, but it's just kind of a weird track. I just don't see why they should. I get why they might. I don't think they should. Hot take, put them back on Michigan, if they can. I don't know if they can.
Hot take. Put them back on frickin' Milwaukee, dude.
Dude,
That's where I want.
I love that track.
no,
I love
that's fair,
Milwaukee
but,
Mile.
Everybody talks about Milwaukee. Put them on Michigan if you can. I know they have resin on it, I think, so I don't know if it's possible, but
Well, it's not PJ1
Michigan-
like Texas has, so it's kind of
but-
different. But yeah,
the thing about Texas is Texas has PJ1 regular pavement and resin all in one.
Yeah.
So like,
It's just a mix.
I don't know. I really don't know what is fully the issue. If it's just the PJ1, if resin's also a part of it, I
Right.
don't know.
I don't know, but whatever they
But
do, they should totally
Michigan got
make that a
shafted from
thing.
the split. Michigan got shafted after the split
Oh,
because
yeah.
once they got back together after the split, they didn't go back, and they should because IndyCar needs more ovals. I'm not saying have an oval-only season because I like road courses, I like street courses, but we need more than like 3 ovals a year.
Yeah.
I mean, all we have so far is Texas, the
IndyCar,
Indianapolis
or
500,
Indy,
And
Texas,
Iowa.
and Iowa.
Gateway, Iowa, and last year they didn't even do Iowa.
IndyCar was built on ovals, so like
For
I'd
real.
love to see more.
Give us 1 or 2 more. Like that's all I ask.
And
Like-
it'll fill up some of that time slot in between some of the races too. Like the how we have like 2 weeks where we don't have a race or whatever. Like, so I don't know. I mean, I would love to
And-
see.
And don't make them double headers. Hot take. Like I like more races a weekend, but there's just I don't think there should be double headers for just ovals or like ovals. I don't know. I don't know if that
Yeah.
makes sense. I just
It
think it's
makes
weird.
sense.
I just
But-
think it's a little taxing.
Right.
So a couple of minutes ago, Daniel brought up Grosjean's standings results. Last season, Grosjean was part-time. Fittipaldi ran the ovals last season.
I think he just
After-
did the 500. He
Did
just
he?
did the 500. Yeah, Grosjean did all races except for the 500. and
Yeah,
both
because
Texas races.
he ran Gateway.
ended
He
up
did
doing
run
Gateway.
Gateway.
That's right, yeah. Because Gateway, he finished on podium.
Did he?
So Grosjean did 3 less races last year and is only 1 spot behind where he is this year.
Yeah, so Grosjean finished 15th last year in the
And
standings.
one of
now
those was a
14th.
double points race.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm-
He also
I'm
wrecked
done
out of the Indy
talking about it.
500. So
Yeah, so he might have finished better last year. Honestly, he got those double points and had better standings. Hot
Yeah.
take.
I don't know.
I
Mhm.
like Sato on the 51, but I liked Grosjean in the 51 more than I liked Grosjean in the 28. Hot take.
So did I. Not gonna lie. But
There's
yeah,
something about him with that underdog mentality that just like it
I'm
made it work
guessing
for me.
you don't want to talk about Crashville anymore, Daniel. So if you
No,
want to,
no,
we can just
I'm
go
done.
ahead and move on to everyone's favorite part of the
More
show.
like Trashville, am I right?
Let's go ahead and move on to
Trashville.
everyone's favorite part of the show. Let's go predictions, baby, because I have to celebrate another win. All right, baby. Guess who was on top again? Got a point last weekend. No one else got points. I was pretty hyped. Now me and Jay are tied, but I'll send it over to the main man himself. Go ahead and tell us what's going on, Jay.
So after last week, nobody got anything right in Xfinity. Me and Tristan picked Josh Berry. Daniel picked Brandon Jones. None of us got anything right in the Cup Series, and me and Daniel were close with Bubba Wallace. I just want to say that. So, I picked Simpson, and they picked McElroy for India Lights. We weren't right there, but Tristan getting a point for picking Scott Dixon. He had Marcus Erickson as wild card, Scott Dixon, and then me and Daniel both had Hurt, and Daniel had David Malukas as well. I had Will Power, but Tristan ends up being the only one to get a point. Daniel has 15 still. I have 13 still. Tristan now ties me for second with 13. So I hope you're
7
feeling
points
good.
in 3 weeks. I'm freaking coming.
Shoot,
I'm coming, guys. Like, come on.
he said
I'm
I'm
here.
coming. Oh yeah, and then we didn't get our group pick right with Stinger either. We were close though. So
Yeah,
But-
you got second.
yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and clear this out. Tristan, you want to walk us through these races this week?
All right, guys. Obviously, F1's still on summer break. And now we have an off week for IndyCar. So, fun fact, we only have 2 races to predict this week. And they're both on Richmond Raceway. First one we're going to start with is the NASCAR Truck Series. Second race of the playoffs. First race in 2 weeks since IRP. I'm going with Zane Smith. I think that he gets a win. Now, obviously, last year, John Hunter Nemechek was really good on this track, so I have a feeling that's who Daniel's going to go with. But I'm going Zane Smith.
No.
Based on just season-wise, I think Zane Smith's had a better year, so I could see Zane taking the win. But Daniel, who do you got for trucks?
I'm going with Smith.
Chandler.
Chandler Smith.
Smith.
There you go.
Second in the playoff standings. Second in the playoff standings.
However, I will
more?
say every time one of us picks Chandler Smith, he never wins, and Chandler Smith always wins whenever none of us pick him.
Yeah.
So,
The thing is, we hardly ever pick him, so like,
true.
That's true.
Go ahead, Jay.
Shoot, who am I gonna go with here? I'm looking at last year's results for Richmond. John Nemechek won. Kyle Busch got second. Tyler Ankrum third. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Chandler Smith.
why does Jay always take my picks?
Because he finished 5th last year.
Me Engie.
Dang, it's just like, yeah, I don't know if you guys watch this. So, hot take really quick. On TikTok, do you guys watch the guys that guess Ike's lunch? That's like my favorite
I've seen
thing on
it, but I
TikTok
don't
right
pay
now.
attention to it.
Okay, so hot take. I always hate when the guys will choose other people's picks because they're always like, "Oh, you stole my pick," and it's only happened one time where they actually both get it right because they both got Panda one time right.
Right.
But I just think shout out to those guys because I tune into that every day. Was pissed that I didn't get it right today because they went 5 guys and I chose 5 guys on Friday, so I was pissed. But
Dang.
it was day 91 of guessing Ike's lunch, but I didn't go the way I wanted to today. Anyway, Cup Series at Richmond. 3 races left in the season for the NASCAR Cup Series. First pick, I'm going William Byron. I think that Willie B is going to get his 3rd win of the season. Here's the thing. Byron, a lot of people forget, ran extremely well at Richmond in the spring, back when Byron was the points leader. I could just see William Byron getting it done. He's my first pick. Second pick is the current 16th in the playoff standings driver. My current championship pick at the beginning of, well, not anymore, but my championship pick at the preseason, Ryan Blaney is my second pick. Okay. So, the future, maybe, not stepbrothers, brothers-in-law. Yeah, William Byron and Ryan Blaney. Those are my 2 picks, 24 and 12.
Okay.
Daniel.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Martin Truex is getting a win. And if we're going to go the route where we get more than 16 winners, hot take. I believe it was this track he ran really well in earlier in the season.
He did.
I'm going Austin Dillon.
Ooh, Austin Dillon.
Interesting.
Let me look and see where he finished.
I could be thinking of a different
10th.
short track.
He finished 10th at Richmond earlier this season.
Which was the one that he got like 2nd or 3rd? Was that
Auto
Martinsville?
Club. No, he got.
Was that Martinsville?
He got 2nd at Auto Club.
Well, but there was a short track that he did really well at.
That was last season.
No, I remember him running really well on a short track this season.
Oh,
Look at Martinsville. He finished 3rd at Martinsville.
That's what I'm thinking
Okay,
of.
yeah.
Screw it. Austin Dillon wild card.
Not a bad pick.
Okay. So I guess for me, I think that looking at this here,
However, you have to remember though, Daniel, if Austin Dillon wins, Jay also gets a point.
Oh yeah.
remember, if Life in the Fast Lane Dillon wins, I get 1 point.
Yeah, that just means Tristan doesn't get a point, so I'm fine with that.
You're in danger.
If Michael McDowell wins, Tristan gets a point.
I am in the lead, Tristan.
Don't care.
Hey,
you're up by 2.
That's funny.
2 more points than you have on me, so.
Man, I don't.
Yeah. You like it? You like it, boy? Yeah.
Jay, who you picking, bro?
Man, this is tough because like I don't want to pick one of your guys' picks now. Like I want to actually have a unique pick, so I don't.
You can pick one of our guys if you want.
I know, but
You can't pick one of mine. I'm
My
gonna
wild-
be mad.
my wild card will probably be the same as one of your guys'. So
With Ryan Blaney. That
yeah.
doesn't surprise me.
He's like, oh, no, Austin Dillon's my regular pick.
What? No. No. Shoot, man, this is weird. Honestly, Kevin Harvick finished 2nd there earlier this season.
I was thinking
I'm going
Harvick
back to
too.
back. I'm going back to back.
He's
Kevin
good at
Harvick.
Richmond, man.
Yeah, I'm going back to back. Kevin Harvick wins, and then Ryan Blaney as my wild card. That's what I'm going with.
Right.
Group pick though.
Group pick. Sound the alarm, boys, as we always do.
Can I pick it
Do we
this
want to do
week?
cup or trucks?
Can I do
I
it
think
for
Jay's
trucks?
gonna pick it this week.
Can I do it
I
for
think
trucks?
trucks. Yeah, I was thinking trucks.
Do you know who I'm gonna pick?
I think I know.
I think I know too. Are you gonna go host so far?
Nope.
Oh, who is it?
He's
Boo.
driving
Who
in
is
the
it?
7 truck this week.
Oh, I know who you're gonna pick.
Who is it?
Raja Karuth, baby.
Yeah, boy.
Raja Karuth. Now, he did get a top 10 earlier this season when he was in that 7 truck, so
Mhm.
hopefully we see him run really well. Also ran extremely well at the ARCA race last week
Yeah.
at Michigan. So where did he end up finishing, if any of us?
I don't remember
I
actually.
know his teammate won. I know Nick Sanchez won.
Yeah, Nick Sanchez did win. But I know, didn't he get the pole? I'm pretty sure Raja got the pole, right?
He might have. I don't.
I don't
I didn't
follow
pay
it enough.
attention.
I don't know.
I didn't pay
Yeah,
attention.
we don't normally cover ARCA, but looking at the results right now,
He got 6. Raj got 6
yeah,
at Michigan.
6th.
And then
Yeah.
Nick Sanchez won. Daniel Dye got 3rd.
Hide your nuts.
Hey,
That's
Greg
my
Van Alt.
joke.
Greg Van Alt's got
I'm
9th.
Angie.
Yeah, that's surprising for Greg Van Alst on not a super speedway.
For real.
So,
But
but yeah, guys, those are our predictions. Let's go to the main screen. All right, guys, couple quick things. Jay already talked about Indy Boy Autosports, but we are going to be taking a little bit of a break for that until F122 fixes their damn game. Second thing, if you guys didn't know, me and Jay have both been on a different podcast. Friend of the show, Derek Vance, has a podcast called Push to Pass Cast. And if you guys want to check out, Jay was actually on that show a little over a month ago, but I was on that show last week. So if you wanted to see us on a podcast that isn't our own, where we're actually getting interviewed, go ahead and check out the Push to Pass Cast with Derek Vance. He does a great job over there. So yeah, you could check that out. Daniel, he wants you on in the future, so you might be on there soon.
yeah. He said, "Let's go."
But yeah, that's stuff that's going on there. It's going to be really crazy on the YouTube channel because we're going to be starting a new series pretty soon. And it is a series that I'm going to be doing, which is called Mondays with Tristan. And it is
Yeah.
going to be a show that comes out every Monday. Don't know when the first episode is coming out, but it's going to be a bunch of random stuff, guys. It's going to be like me possibly playing old NASCAR video games, me traveling to do like thrift shop stuff. I don't know. I like going thrifting for old NASCAR stuff. So yeah, we might do that. You never know. But it's going to be called Mondays with Tristan's. Hopefully it will come out on Mondays every week. I don't really know the whole vibe yet, but just announcing that show. Stay tuned for the first episode of that.
Nice.
The goal is, guys, to have a upload to the channel Monday through Friday. That's like the goal. Will we ever reach that goal? Don't know, but we'll see. We filmed these episodes on Mondays, so Mondays with Tristan and also filming the show on the same day could be kind of cool. You never know. Obviously, when Jay has the F122 normally comes out on Fridays, and when he was in his grind, it was coming out Tuesdays and Fridays. So we'll see. Daniel might be doing a show soon. We're not going to announce that really yet.
Eventually.
Yeah, we're not going to announce.
One, I'm busy. Two, the game I'm thinking isn't out yet. So,
Yeah.
like,
It's kind of hard to do an IndyCar 2023 thing when the game's not out.
in
But
the
yeah,
next year, we'll see.
Yeah, so we'll see, guys. It's going to be really crazy stuff over here on the Indy Boys podcast. Really quick, though, shout out to Burnout Sports and all of the love we've been getting. We actually have gained a lot of followers on our social medias as of recently. I just wanted to shout out all of the new listeners and watchers. Glad we can be in your ears and in your eyes, as I always say. It's going to be a good time. Make sure you guys follow us on all of our social medias at Indy Boys Podcast. We have the same handle on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Share us with your friends, family, as I always say. Show us to your grandmas because they love us. We're really nice. People like us. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Let me think. Follow us on all of our personal social media. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at Indy Boys Racing Podcast. Check out Burnout Sports, burnoutsports.com. All I gotta say is kind of a little bit of a relaxing weekend at Richmond. Let's hope that the race isn't too bad because, short tracks and the next gen car haven't really mixed super well. But we'll talk about that next week. By the way, guys, next week is our silly season predictions episode, so tune in for that next week. My name is Tristan Grider, signing off for Justin Cox and Daniel Chaney. Have a good one.
Yes, sir.
Peace. Love you.